Hello, happy Thursday, everybody. 2 in a row, can y'all believe? Anyway, first of all, I wanted to show you guys this little guy that I made for my husband. If y'all remember, my mom made me Nunu Silence up there. She's the nanny of my nursery. My husband wanted a boy. So I sent him several images of different patterns I could purchase, and this is the one he wanted. Now, he's a little different in that I put an armature inside of him, so he actually, can like pose and bend. Nunu Silence is a little bit more floppy. But, so this is my little guy, Virginia. I know you wanted to see him. My husband has not given him a name, but that's his little bench. He actually lives upstairs, but I brought him down so y'all could see him. He's got his little safari gear on. So that's that little man. So a few things, ladies. I am going to move him, and I am going to change the queen. And I have a confession to make about her, ladies. I'm a little embarrassed about myself here because y'all know I like things to be just so. So this will be on several tangents. I apologize. I will do my best to keep my thoughts organized here. But I realized the other day that my Facebook page was not set up as a business page. It was just a page. And I didn't really realize when I set it up that there was a difference, but there is. So anyway, I switched it over to a business page. And I meant to talk about this yesterday, but one of the nice things about having a business page is people can leave you reviews. So if any of you are mommies of my babies, or perhaps you have some of my crochet items, whether they were gifted to you or you purchased them, same with the babies, whether they were gifted or adopted, if you would be so kind to go leave a review for me, that would be fabulous. My Facebook page is Kymberlee's Cocoon. It's a little, I believe on here I'm Kymberlee S Cocoon because it wouldn't let me do the apostrophe. But on Facebook it's Kymberlee's, Kymberlee_S Cocoon. And I will actually put a link to my page down in the description. For those of you who didn't know I had a Facebook page, I do. So that would be most helpful, ladies, if you would be so kind as to do that for me. And I show works in progress on there, and link the video photo shoots. Not videos like this, but my video photo shoots and stuff. But anyway, I have to tell y'all, as I said, I put photos up, like works in progress, and I just randomly put them up there. And last night, I changed my page to a business page on Tuesday, I think it was. And then yesterday, ladies, I made my video yesterday, and my husband came home for lunch. I'm putting her in this Vera Bradley dress. It has beautiful flowers all over it in pink and orange and yellow with the green tendrils. Oh, I love Vera Bradley prints. Anyway, so my husband came home for lunch, and he had just finished eating. He was actually getting ready to head out to his car, and it started pouring. Like no drip drop, nothing, like buckets, pouring rain. So he waited it out. It didn't last very long, maybe like 7 minutes, and he got in his car and went back to work. And so I came back down here because I was painting, and about 10 minutes after he left, the tornado alarm went off. And so we had tornado warnings, and that lasted about an hour, maybe hour and a half, something like that. But then we had thunderstorm watches. I can't remember if they were watches or warnings, but anyway, it hailed like nobody's business. Just pelted down crazy hail, and poured and poured and poured. So I just stayed down here. I don't get any cell phone service down here. So I stayed down here, and I painted, and oh, that's a little big for you, darling, but I think it's fabulous. She has a tiny little head, ladies. There she is. Oh, bless you, Queen Isabella. But anyway, I was awfully fast at changing her. I want to do a tag too, ladies. I'm gonna go put her back in her spot. But anyway, or I'll let you look at Saffron and Sapphira instead of a brush and a water bottle. But anyway, then I got on my computer and decided to work on my page, because it dawned on me that all the photos I'd been posting were just kind of all in this random photo place, like uploads or something. It said they weren't in individual albums. So for those of you who do have me on Facebook, I sincerely apologize for photobombing your wall. I had no idea they were being seen till today. Somebody messaged me and said, why am I seeing all your photos? So anyway, I created albums for each of my babies, even mine, and those are the only ones I put the name next to. So like next to my Heavenly Squared, I put Saffron and Sapphira, and next to the Grayson, I put Malachi, etc., etc. But in doing so, I realized I never ever did a photo shoot for Queen Isabella, which is perhaps why she's the queen. She had never had a photo shoot, and I have no photos of her. I mean, I took some photos of her, but I never made a video photo shoot of her. I never printed photos of her. I never counted her. So my numbers are off by 1, which is just, ladies, you have no idea what that does to me. But I'm trying to live with it, because I will tell you, ladies, that I was just taking my photo. It was quite the process, because I had Facebook open in 2 different tabs, and I had all my photos open, and so I would save the images already put in there, let's say for Abigail here. And then I would, whatever number she was, I would put her in. But then sometimes I would scroll up later and there was another picture of her. And at this point I might have created 3 more albums. But then when I would post her photo, her album would jump to the beginning. So then I would have to reallocate it. So for now, for me to add anything, everything has to be moved around. It's not horrible, it's just time consuming. So at some point I may, my whole portfolio has to be redone, all that stuff. So I'm really trying to let it go, ladies. It's hard for me, but I'm really trying. But she is my queen, and she knows that. Bless her. Anyway, so that's my true confession. She never got a photo shoot. She's not even counted in my baby creations. But anyway, so, and you'll notice Ivy Jane is missing, ladies. She's upstairs because her mommy ordered some crochet items, and I needed her head to measure. So she's upstairs. She sends her love, Mommy. Kai sends his love. He is just sleeping in heavenly peace. He loves being in this Moses basket, he told me. He likes being all cozy. So anyway, I am going to just kind of show y'all around the room while I do this tag. I actually saw this tag on Debbie's channel, and she is, Brenda's channel, forgive me. Brenda's channel, which is my We Reborn Cradle. Oh, I hope I got that right, Brenda. Anyway, the originator of the tag is My Reality with Nicole. Let me look, because I have her channel pulled up. My Reality with Nicole. She's a new channel for me. I had not gone to her channel, and I went there because, as y'all know, when I see a tag, I like to go see, sorry, I'm tidying up. I like to go see the originator of the tag. And so I was pondering doing this tag or not, but when I saw the originator, she and I have something fabulous in common, so I thought I've got to do this tag. So I am going to participate. It's 30 questions, and I will do my best to do it swiftly, but y'all know me. I know some of you have already got your cuppa or your dinner, but get something, because there's 30 questions, ladies, and I will put the questions down below in the description. underneath my link to my Facebook page. And I also, before I begin, want to tell you all, I had several people talk about the Ponette movie, and Brenda had seen it. And I did a little research on the actress, and she's actually 25 now. I saw that movie in the theater when it came out, and she was 4 when she was in that movie. I own that movie. But I did have the trailer for it down in my description. However, I found out today that the entire movie is on YouTube. It's broken up into like 10 parts though. So I removed the trailer and I put the link to the very first portion of that movie, which is like 10 minutes long or something. And then it'll like lead you to each next one, I believe. I'm not sure. So it usually does that when things are broken up. It'll show you the next one is part 2. But if not, you can certainly find it. But if you have the time, watch that movie. That little girl won an award. She was the youngest person to win that, what's it called? I forget. I'm going to say it wrong. The award she won. I wrote Brenda about it because I've never ever met or known anybody else who's watched that movie. And I remember reading about it. It was written up in the newspaper in Chicago. And I kept track of when it was coming out because I really, really wanted to see it. It is in French, but on YouTube it is subtitled. So anyway, that is that. So, number 1, were you named after someone? If so, who? My mother chose my name many, many years before I was born, even before she was married, I believe. My first name is just a name she's always loved, Kymberlee, and my middle name is after one of her best friends in high school. 2, do you have any siblings? Yes, I have one brother. He and I are nearly 3 years apart. He's older. And then I had some step siblings as well. 3, what is your favorite book? Okay, Nicole, here we go. And everybody out there, and I know Myra's already said it, my favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird, which is also Nicole's. And as everybody else knows, I read it when I was young and just have read it so many times. It is, Atticus is just like this amazing, amazing man. If you've never read the book, there is a movie. The movie's okay, but the book is he's just this amazing man. And everything he stands for and how he raises his children, it's just such an amazing story. And I too, had I had a son, was going to name him Atticus. Now my husband says that would not have been allowed. My son's name would have been Atticus Finley. The character's name is Atticus Finch, and I did not want to give a child the name Finch, so Finley was the closest I could to pay homage to Atticus Finch. He would have been Atticus Finley. And as y'all know, the day I saw Laura Lee Eagle's Atticus kit, I have always wanted a reborn to name Atticus Finley. And Malachi is my only boy. He does not look like Atticus to me. And so I will keep the Atticus kit's name Atticus because Laura Lee Eagles has named it that. But I have always sworn from a very young age that my son's name would be Atticus Finley. And Nicole, I just thought that was so sweet. And I know you said you wanted to name your son that and your husband didn't let you. I'm so sorry. It is an amazing name. And it's not so much the name so much as the man behind the name. And you stated you have the To Call a Watchman. I have not read it. I actually picked it up in a bookstore one day. And the woman who worked at the bookstore came up to me and said, "Do you love To Kill a Mockingbird?" I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "Then don't read that." And I probably shouldn't take her word for it, but from my understanding, To Kill a Watchman was written before To Kill a Mockingbird. Or Call the Watchman, I think it's called. Call the Watchman, something about a watchman. But to my understanding, it was actually written before To Kill a Mockingbird, and it's a story from Scout's point of view or something. I have not read it. So, Nicole, if you do read it, and I think you mentioned you have dyslexia and you don't read often, but if you do, I would love your opinion on it. Or anybody out there who has read it, if you would give me your, let me know if it's going to ruin. I mean, I suppose I can make the choice. I don't think anything would ruin To Kill a Mockingbird for me. But anyway, I just thought that was so fun, Nicole, that was your favorite book as well. Okay, number 4, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is red. I don't wear red well, so my favorite color to wear is purple. and bright colors. I love bright. As you see in my nursery, my babies are typically in bright colors. I love bright colors, but red is my very favorite color. Favorite musical group or band? Yeah, I can't choose. I love, love, love music, and I typically listen to music kind of according to I don't want to say my mood, because I'm pretty even keeled, but according to what I need to hear. It's very hard to explain. But I love all types of music. I love jazz. I love Christian music. I love some country music. Like I like Winona Judd. I like some of her songs are fabulous. I love French music. I love Spanish music. Love, love, love reggae music, African music. I mean, all types of genres. I love music. My favorite song, again, I don't have a favorite song. My husband and I do listen to a lot of Bob Marley. We really love Bob Marley. But I don't have a favorite song. Again, you know, I just kind of have to listen to what my soul needs to be fed with at the time. What did you want to be when you grew up? When I was very little, I wanted to be a nurse and a mommy. Those were the two things that I aimed to be. And I did go to nursing school, as I think I've shared. I did not finish. And I ended up becoming a teacher. And I did play teacher a lot as a child. I used to line my dolls up and teach them. And then I transitioned to being a nanny. I knew if I was going to be a nurse, I was going to work pediatrics. I knew whatever I did would somehow incorporate children. 8, what is your favorite food? Food is a touchy subject for me. Y'all know that. I don't know. I love steak, mashed potatoes. There's a lot of food that doesn't love me, though, anymore. So, fried chicken. Oh, my word, I love fried chicken so very much. It does not love me. Macaroni and cheese. I'm a comfort food person. Salad. I love salads. There's a lot of food. I don't have a favorite. I just love food. But it doesn't really love me anymore. 9, do you have any animals? If so, what kind? Currently, I do not. I have not had a pet since prior to moving to Ethiopia. Prior to moving, I had a cat. Her name was Jemardi, and I rehomed her because I was going to be gone too long, and I have never had a pet after her. I grew up with a cat, though. Her name was Princess. 10, what is your favorite type of art besides reborns? Oh, I love art, ladies. I guess I will have to say photography. It's all, again, it's about capturing a moment, and I think a camera lens is amazing. I have, since kindergarten, have had a camera in my life. I have loved photography my whole life since kindergarten. We were doing a candy sales event, and there was a table full of the prizes, and I saw that, and that was my goal. It was the one where you had the little flash. It was a little cube that you stuck in the top, and it turned. It gave you 4 flashes. Yeah, that was my first camera, ladies. But photography, I guess I love. I love art. Obviously, my walls are covered with art. I love the expression of art. But I will, if I have to choose one, I would say photography. 11. What was your favorite subject in school? Math. And a close second is science. I loved math and science very, very much. I'm a numbers head. 12, do you like to sing? I love to sing. I cannot sing, but I love to sing, ladies. I have a very gifted musical family. I am not that person. I think I was holding the door when God passed out the ability to sing, but I love to sing. And in my mind, I sing beautifully, but I know I don't. 13, do you like to dance? I cannot dance, ladies. I like to slow dance. I can do that. I wish I could dance. I try, but I know I look ridiculous. So, anyway, I dance around the house. 14, can you play a musical instrument? Not very well. I took piano lessons when I was very young, and I loved it very much, but one of the things that went when my parents got divorced was the piano, so I never finished learning. I was in the middle of learning to play favorte, and I've always said if I could only learn one song to play, that would be it. Sorry, Okay, I'm shutting the door because I hear my husband is home. And this way, I don't want to have to stop because my camera doesn't pause. Anyway, he'll come down, I think, in a second. Maybe not. 15, what do you like about yourself? That's very hard to say, ladies. I try to be content in all things and not criticize myself. I'm not perfect at that, but I do love that I'm a very giving person. I love to, I guess, generosity. I don't know if that's the right word. I just love to help people. I think that's one of my best qualities. 16, what would you change about yourself? Again, I try to be content. I am trying to change my weight. As a nanny, I used to walk and walk and walk and walk, and I don't do that anymore, so I have been walking. My Fitbit is really helping me. It's like playing a game with myself. I like to punch in all the things I do and everything. I'm having a lot of fun with it, actually. And in my first month, I've lost 10 pounds, so it's working. But other than that, I don't know. It took me a long time to embrace who I am, and now that I have, I'm content. 17, what is my biggest fear? I don't know that I have fears. I don't know. As I've told y'all before, fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And I've only seen Brenda and Nicole do this, and you both, I believe, mentioned losing a family member. It is sad when people die and we go through a grieving process, but it's a very natural part of life. And I'm not saying I want my family to die because I don't, but it's not a fear. I don't think I have fears, really. Do you have any weird phobias? No, I don't have any weird phobias. I don't think I do. Not that I'm aware of. 19, who's your favorite actor or actress? There are too many to list, ladies. There are a lot of people I like. I tend to like kind of the serious people, Jack Nicholson and Anthony Hopkins and Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. Oh, there's too many, ladies. 20, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Oh. I always tell people if you can only take one trip, go to Africa. Stick to the middle. That's real Africa. Not that the other parts aren't, but if you want to see people living in huts and animals walking around, that's where you want to go. But on my list of places to go, I really want to go to Santorini in Greece. I want to go to Alaska. I want to go to Prince Edward Island. Oh, very much love Anne of Green Gables, so I always want to go to Prince Edward Island. There's a lot of places. Actually, what I would love is to own a room on the World. If y'all have never heard this, Google it. There's a ship called the World, and you don't buy a ticket and go. You own the room, and it circumvents the world once a year. And so if you want to live, mainly you can live on it year-round. Or if you want to live somewhere in a house, you can find out where it's going to be. Let's say you have 2 weeks off. You find out where it is. You fly there and you get on board for the 2 weeks. And wherever they land in 2 weeks, you get off and fly home. Oh, that would be fabulous for a girl like me. 21, what is your favorite TV show? I have rules about TV, ladies. I only let myself be committed to one show at a time. Doesn't mean I don't watch other things. We don't actually have TV. We stream Netflix and we have Amazon Prime. But I only allow myself to be where I have to see a show. Like if it's a weekly show, I'm only committed to one show. And for the past several years, it's been The Amazing Race. I so want to go on The Amazing Race, ladies. And this season, they actually paired up people who didn't know each other. That was like the twist. But anyway, The Amazing Race is my show right now, ladies. Okay, go back over here where my questions are. 22, what is your favorite movie? Well, I just shared some great movies in Suzanne's tag. But again, I don't have one. And there's lots of good movies. 23, what is your favorite season? I love fall because I love the changing of the leaves. I love the crispy air. Oh, I love fall very much. It's my favorite season, and it seems to get shorter every year. 24, what do you like to do on a Friday night? I like to, Friday, talk about a joy bubble. Friday is like the beginning of the weekend. I like to just relax, get in, take a shower, get in my jammies, and just be cozy. It's like the prequel to the weekend. Joy bubble. I know it sounds really boring, but I am a person, I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I go, 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 go. And I give myself permission on the weekends to relax, at least one day, if not part of both. If my husband goes to work, I do work. I do stuff if he is working, because to me, it's only fair if he's working, I should work. But I do like to relax. And usually on the weekend, I'll do things like crochet. Sometimes I paint. If he's working, I'll paint. But like I don't do housework. I do cook because I cook every day. But I don't do housework and stuff on the weekends. I do that during the week. 25, do you have children? No, I do not. 26, are you married? Yes, I am. 27, what is your favorite car? BMW, hands down. I love BMWs. I don't have one, but I've driven them and I love them. 28, can you speak more than one language? Well, I can understand several languages pretty well. French I understand pretty well. Spanish I understand pretty well. I used to speak Amharic in Ethiopia. I have lost a lot of it. I can still say some things, but I understand languages better than I speak them. I can speak a little Swahili. 29, what musical acts have you seen live? Oh, ladies, I love theater. My very first theater performance I saw was Annie, and I was hooked on the whole thing, the whole dressing up and going to the theater. I've seen Annie a few times. I have seen Mary Poppins live. I know I'm going to forget things. Les Mis, Wicked. What's that dance? That Irish dance people? Were they Lord of the Dance, maybe? Whatever that was. Somebody flatly saw that. Riverdance. Saw Riverdance. Phantom of the Opera. Barbara of Seville. Nutcracker. Oh, there's another ballet I saw. Was it Swan Lake? I think it might have been Swan Lake. What else have I seen? I know there's more, ladies. I saw a great show. Oh, what was it? It was a big red bus. I saw it in London. Oh, darn it. Anyway, I saw Wicked in London, and I saw that other. I still have the stage bill somewhere in my suitcase over there. I forget the name of that show. Anyway, I love theater. Concerts, I love. I went and saw Elton John and Billy Joel together. I've seen Ziggy Marley. Who else have I seen? I don't know, ladies. I'm getting old and forgetting things. But that's all I can think of. If money were no object, what is one thing you would buy? Well, I don't know if it's a thing. I guess it is. If money were no object, I would set up the home that I envisioned doing in Ethiopia. I would love to have several acres, and on this land have a community building. And in this building, I would like it to have a gymnasium, and I would like it to have an area where trades can be taught, different craft trades. And this community center would be for the homeless people, to have a place to come. I would have showers, bathrooms, beds and stuff, make it kind of like a shelter almost, but then have where they can learn different trades so that they can go out and make money, but also a gym and a safe place for the teenagers and children who are homeless to come play, a nice playground. And then I want to have gardens there and have several different houses, and instead of having an orphanage, because there are many, many children that are not adoptable who have to, stay in the system. And so rather than have them in institutional type living, I mean, it would be, but I would like to have many houses. So it was broken down into like family units and have house parents, but then they could all come together as a community, like, Saturday night, have a big dinner in the community building. But during the week, they would have house parents, and they would go to school and come home and do homework, so they could understand a family life. I think that's one of the things missing from children who grow up in an institution. They don't understand. And I'm speaking of children who cannot be adopted, but those who are adopted, you know, that get adopted at like 6 or 7, they join a family and they don't understand family dynamics, and it's very altering to them. But children who never grow up with that and age out of the system, and then they're out on the street, and then they get married, and they don't understand family dynamics. So that's what I would do if money were no object. Thank you so very much, Nicole. This was a fabulous tag, and as I said, I've only seen Brenda and Nicole do it, so I will put the questions down below. If anybody else wants to participate, please do. And I will also link my Facebook page for those of you who did not know I had a Facebook page and don't follow me. Then you can go do that. I do keep my personal Facebook separate, but if anybody ever wanted to communicate with me or whatever, you can through my Facebook, Kymberlee's Cocoon page. So that's what's going on here. Have a blessed evening, ladies. Look at these little nuggets. They're holding hands. They're so sweet. All right, everybody, have a blessed day today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.